Hello friends, this is Barbara with Wigs and Fluff. You'll notice I'm just wearing my baggy old Hilton Head, it says Hilton Head, shirt today, just my sweatshirt because the heater in my house went out. So it's no problem. We live in Georgia, so it's not 5 degrees, it's more like 50 degrees outside, so it's not that big a deal. And the repairman will be here shortly. So for now, I'm just wearing my baggy old sweatshirt because it's cold. Anyways, just to get that out of the way, I don't normally go around wearing a baggy old sweatshirt on my videos. Anyways, I want to talk to you today about curls. And today I have on the Katie by ESTETICA. She's a beautiful girl, full of curls. Look at the curls in this wig right there. Look at all those curls. Just a beautiful, beautiful girl. Now, with a curly wig, you do have to be careful about how you style it. I have this little comb, which I'm really liking, from Renee of Paris. One of the wigs I bought came with this comb. And so this is really a nice little wide tooth comb. You can get the other kind from John Renee. Both of them work equally well. And that's all I would use with a curly wig. For the most part, you just want to use your fingers and finger style it. You do not want to mess with the curls too much. So that's tip number 1 that I'm going to give you today. And this is all about giving curly wigs a chance. I mean, this is a curly wig, and look how beautiful it is. It is gorgeous. Now, in other videos, I have talked about the different types. There's spiral and barrel curls and tight little frizzy curls and afro curls and all kinds of different kinds of curls that you can get in a wig. But I have a few tips today, a few more tips on curly wigs. And this is the 3rd in a 3-part series. So first of all, work with your curls by using your fingers and not your brush. No brushes on a curly wig because you'll just pull the curl right out. So work with the curl and not against it. Curls look different on everybody, but curls, just depends upon what kind of curls. There's usually a curly wig for everyone that you're going to look pretty good in. And I think this one is a good one for me. I really like it. I love the Katie. And I love this color, this spun gold color. I love the dark with the gold on the top. It's just beautiful. So one of the things that you can do is to use a hairnet that you get in a box with a wig. They usually come with a hairnet, at least they used to. Trying to find a hairnet when you want it these days is pretty hard. There's one right there. Okay, so I have a wig that I ordered some time ago. And here is the wig. They're very flimsy. Very, 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 very flimsy. And this piece of packing paper got in the middle of it. But you can use these wigs, these nets, I mean, these little nets, when you have a curly wig like the Merrill, and I've forgotten where I put the Merrill, but anyways, one like the Merrill would be a good example. You want to put these kinds of nets over the top when you store it, just like that. And that helps to keep, something like that. That would help to keep the curl in place. So that's a good little use for these little items that come, so don't throw them away anymore. Keep them around for your curly wigs. They will come in handy. So the next thing you want to do is to, when you first get the curl, you want to take it out of the box, remove the hairnet, keep the hairnet, and you want to shake it out. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. And that sort of relaxes and unleashes the curls in the wig. Then you want to take your wide tooth comb, like I just showed you, and you want to comb just at the root, no more than 1 inch and 1.5 inches, all over, just to loosen it, all over the entire wig. but an inch and a half, not all the way out. You don't want to comb out all your curls, and that's what will happen. If you comb through it, you're just going to comb out your curls. So use a wide tooth comb right at the root and not all the way through. Find a natural part. Where's this thing? This one here wants to part sort of in the middle. It doesn't want to go to the left or the right. It seems to want to stay right here in the middle, and that's okay with me. That looks fine. I like that. So find the natural part and the best part. It may be on the opposite side of what you're used to. You may want to part on the left. I tend to like to part on the left, but sometimes with curly wigs, they want to part on the right or in the middle or somewhere else. So see where your wig wants to go, and that's the best place to try to go in the beginning, and then you can see if you can adjust that later on. Dig into the permatease and loosen the permatease with the comb. Dig into it and loosen that permatease up. Most of these curly wigs are going to have a great deal of permatease in order to hold the curl. Mold the curl pattern around your face. So to do that, I would use some Simply Styling conditioning spray. This is like silk spray, which is fine. And if you have one that's curly like the Merrill that goes down like this, I talked about this in the other video. You spray a little bit on, and then you pull out your piece down by the face that you want to frame your face, and you pull it and pull it and pull it, and it will straighten out. And then you wrap it around your finger, and you can make a little spiral curl right there that actually frames your face. So pulling on curls around the face to lengthen is always helpful. Use a conditioner and gently pull them out and twist. You can soak it in warm water. This is a good thing to do with the curly wig. Once you get one and you put it on to look at it and you see this is way a lot, then you can put that wig in warm water, not hot, just warm water, and spray with conditioner and hang it upside down to dry. And that usually will help relax the curls a bit. And you might be able to like what you're working with there. So just because when you first put on a wig, a curly wig, and it's like, whew, and you really can't handle that much curl, you don't like that much curl, you don't think it looks good on you, you can work with the curl. You can work with it and deal with it in different kinds of ways. You can use conditioner sprays, you can use warm water, and you can mess with the part. You can use a wide tooth comb to not all the way through, but just the first inch or two, and that will help loosen up some curl. Run your finger on a comb and gently pull out the root and stretching it to curl. So that's another way that you can do it. It's just different ways that you can deal with your curl. If you want to shrink up your permatease, you can do this, although it doesn't always work well. But get some real friction going, and then put your hands on your wig like that, and you'll see what happens. It does. Of course, I kind of liked it the way it was before, but it will help cut down on some of the permatease, the natural permatease that's just going to be in there no matter what you do, because it holds the curl together. And also it helps to change your perspective. Sometimes when you're sitting right here at the mirror and you're trying to fix that thing, you don't have the right perspective. So step back and go find yourself a long mirror. Everybody's got one in the house somewhere. You should anyways. A full-length mirror, and take a look. Stand back to get the right perspective. It may look better than what you think because you've just been so occupied with this right here. You don't see all of this right here and all of this right here. So get a full-length mirror and take a different look to get a different perspective. You can use jaw clips to pull back hair. All kinds of different ways. You can use bobby pins, you can use clips. Jaw clips are some that look like these right here, or these right here. So you can take a clip and pull it back like that for a different look. That's always attractive. Something like that. That's always attractive too with curls. You can use clips and pretty rhinestone clips, bobby pins. If you don't have some of these pretty bobby pins, then I will give you a place to find them. Your heart-shaped bobby pins, especially for Valentine's Day. You want to get a few of these. Uh-oh, mine just broke. Maybe get a little bit of super glue there. Would you look at that? It just broke. Time to reorder. Okay, so who knew? It looked like it was fine a minute ago. Okay, so anyways, those are the things that you can do with your curly wig. That was a little piece of my bio hair that fell out. Okay, so use barrettes and clips to style. That was the last tip. So this has been my series on curly wigs. Curly wigs. And I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful to you and that you can use it and that you will try curly wigs. This Katie is an example of a curly wig. This one is definitely a curly wig. It's got the softer curls, but it's still a curly wig. This type of wig probably doesn't need to sit in the hairnet. It probably doesn't need to sit in this hairnet. But make sure you keep your hairnets, because if you do order a curly wig like the Katie and you want to keep it, you may decide that you want to put a hairnet on her. I don't. I don't think that Katie really needs the hairnet. But one like the Merrill does. The Merrill's got those great big barrel curls all over, spiraling barrel curls all over. And so we might want to use a hairnet on that to help hold those in place. All right, now I want to talk to you about something else. I want to talk to you about loving your enemies. So we were talking about the greatest commandment is to love God and to love your neighbor as yourself. So this is the greatest commandment. But it also tells us to bless those who curse you, people who are not your friends. Do good to those who hate you. We all have people that don't like us. And sometimes it's hard to do good to people who are mean toward us and just do bad things to us, just treat us in a bad way. It's hard to do that. Sometimes it's hard to be good to them, but be good to them. Bring them a coffee. Doesn't hurt to do that. Bring them a donut. Doesn't hurt to do that. Bring them a muffin, special muffin. Pray for those that despitefully use you and persecute you. Have you ever been used by somebody? Have you ever been persecuted by somebody unjustly when you didn't do the thing they accused you of? Yeah. So do good to those. Pray for them. Pray for those kind of people. Pray for them so that you can be like your Father in heaven. And that's what the Bible says. You can't just love people who love you. So look at your relationships with people. Are you really loving people or just hating some and loving others? So make an effort today to be kind to everyone, even those who don't like you, even those who may treat you poorly or say unkind or mean things about you or misunderstand you. Perhaps you'll win them to heaven and change their life. So this is the final one in this series of loving God and loving people. Love your neighbor as yourself. And that's my story for today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.